Hello, 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 hello. Welcome in, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? Hopefully, you guys are having a good evening. Good evening to all. But welcome in. We're doing Facebook and YouTube tonight. So if you're wondering if it's a little weird, that's why. Let me see. There we go. I can make myself a little bigger. But anyways, welcome in, everybody. It's good to see you guys. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hello, welcome for being here. Thank you for being here. And thank you guys that come in every night that are here as well. But I do appreciate you guys coming back tonight. We're going to be talking about one of the cases that has a lot of people kind of watching closely with to it and been kind of wanting some updates on it. So that's the case involving Madison Fields. This case has been moving pretty quickly. So we're going to go through a lot of stuff tonight. It's moved through multiple states, federal investigators, state investigators. So we have a lot of stuff that we can talk about. They are trying to put a gag order on this case. That hasn't really happened yet. So we'll see how far we get until they put a gag on it. I'm so sick of hearing gag order. I've heard it so much in the last 3 years. I swear, I've never heard it more. And my first year of YouTube, I never heard of a gag order. I don't think I never heard of one, but this time around, not so much. But if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you hit the like button. You know, all the things we ask you to do. If you want to consider becoming a member, you can do that, and that can help support the channel even more. So, and you can do that by hitting the little $sign icon at the bottom of the chat. That lights up sometimes. I don't know why it lights up sometimes, but it does. Okay, hold on one second. I'm just going to blow my nose real quick. Sorry, guys. Hold on one second. Okay, sorry about that. I just blew my nose right before the light too. Is it one of those things? I don't know. Hopefully they fix it. Hopefully they fix me up with this new surgery that I'll be getting done soon. So hopefully. But anyways, also before we get started really quick, if you're listening in, Tony, happy birthday to my brother. He is older than me. That's all that matters. I'm just kidding. No, he's 40, I believe he's 49 today, but yeah, he's getting to be an old man. But no, happy birthday to him, and I hope he had a wonderful day. So if he is listening in, he's probably going to bed actually soon. So hopefully he had a good birthday. So but thank you guys all for being here. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and pull up a picture up of Madison, and that way you guys kind of know who we're talking about. If you don't know the case, then I'll be able to help you. It's buffering. Wonder if it's something with StreamYard. I don't know. I don't see it, but let me get over there. It's buffering now. Yeah. Is it working now? Are we good? I don't know. That's weird. It must be something with the StreamYard. Vincent is watching TV tonight. That is different. Stop using the internet, everybody. It's my turn. But basically, I'll give you guys a little bit of a background of what the case, and that way, if you don't know what we're talking about, you'll be able to follow along. But Madison Fields, she's 16-year-old from Coleraine Township, which is down near Cincinnati. If it's buffering, maybe go out and then come back in. I don't know. But if it's buffering for more than one person, maybe I should go out, but that's not going to make a difference. Is it still buffering? Because I don't see it buffering on my side, but okay. I'm just going to keep going with it. So, okay. Let me know if it starts to buffer, and then we'll figure that out. I don't know. That's weird. You shouldn't be doing that. But she was first reported missing in February. Family members and law enforcement immediately began asking the public for help after she was last seen leaving wearing a backpack or she had a backpack on, and she had on dark color clothing, and she also had a white knapsack or plastic bag in her hand. So law enforcement knew kind of right away maybe this was more than just a kid that's gone, to a friend's house and didn't come back home, because that's what her original story was. She was going to go spend the night with a girlfriend, and then she didn't show back up to her parents' house for 3 days, and that's when they reported her missing. So very quickly, very early on, investigators began on focusing their attention on the digital evidence, including online communications and contacts that Madison may have had before she vanished, which was very good on their part. Federal investigators later connected the case to Kyle Lawrence. That's the picture of him there, a 43-year-old man from New York who was already facing federal charges related to sexual exploitation allegations. According to investigators, Madison had been communicating with someone before she disappeared, and authorities believe she may have traveled willingly at first, though investigators were also examining whether manipulation may have been a tactic or coercion, may have played a role. The major break came when law enforcement tracked leads to Florida, where Madison was located alive, thank God, in a hotel. And she was located during a coordinated operation involving local police and federal agents. And she was found with another guy, not this guy here. He was already in jail for having, had contact with her prior, to at least 2 instances prior that we know of. That recovery, brought us some major relief the other night, but it also opened new questions. How long had this contact been happening? Who else may have known, and whether additional charges are still to come, which I believe there are, because we don't even have the other person's name. Right now, though, investigators are still reviewing phones, online records, travel records, digital communications. There was communications through an app called Sessions, an app called Snapchat. So they're looking at all of that. This case really highlights how fast a case can go once they, sink their teeth into like the digital evidence, and they just, they go from there. So I don't know. A lot of people have been asking if I think, or they think in general, if there's going to be more arrests to come. I do. They already have one guy. There might be more than just two. Now, I don't know how this guy in New York knows the guy from Tennessee that took her to Florida, or if she was talking to both of these guys separately. But either way, she's not old enough to consent to anything, and these guys are. These guys are old. They're old enough to know. Okay. Yeah, grab my drink. Sorry. So there was a video I was going to show you guys. I might have. Oh, it's right here. I'm like, where'd it go? Okay. So we'll watch this. It's just a little bit of, it gives us an update. It came out about 8 hours ago. So, okay. I was reading that. I was like, what is that? Okay. So this is only a 2 minutes long. And thank you guys for being here. And then after we're done watching this, we will go ahead and we'll move on to the documents, because yeah, there's something else, I tell you.
A 16-year-old girl who went missing from Coleraine Township is found alive. Madison Fields disappeared last month. The FBI announcing today Madison has been found safe in Florida and a suspect is in custody. The Bureau says agents tracked her down after police narrowed in on a person of interest, but we still don't know anything about who that suspect is. And local 12's Tyler Madden has today's developments on that.
When we see something like this happen, our immediate thought is that this could be our child.
Retired FBI Special Agent Harry Trombitis says he's investigated similar cases throughout his 30-year career.
We feel the anguish and the pain that the parents are feeling.
The FBI detailing Friday what led to finding Madison. The investigation picked up after they identified a person of interest in Tennessee. The FBI's hostage rescue team searched a home where they believed the suspect lived. When they arrived, agents found no one there.
The FBI places a big priority on working these kind of cases.
They put out a description of the suspect and their vehicle, and agents in Florida located it. They found Madison safe in the hotel. Coleraine Township Police Chief Ed Cordy saying, quote, "We are all relieved that Madison has been safely located. Coleraine police and our partners never gave up hope that she would be found. I am thankful for the hard work of our officers and detectives and the support of the community.
These are very serious situations, and thank goodness for the cooperation between the FBI and local law enforcement, that they were able to identify the perpetrator and this individual in this particular case.
I was just looking at that picture of him. Oh, he's creepy. He is creepy. I don't care what anyone says. That's a creepy looking guy. We did have a video of him. We watched it before. Brothers Against Predators had found him because he was actually in Canada trying to do this with a 15-year-old girl. So he was already in Canada. He's from New York, so just right across, right there to Canada. These guys were like, "Oh no, you don't." And they found him and they walked him to his car from the mall because that's where he was meeting her, of course, the mall. I mean, it's not like she can get into the club or anything, right? Or a bar or wherever. But look at this. I mean, the picture of him is funny. Okay. What is she gonna want with him? And what's he gonna want with her? But it just says his name's Kyle Delvin Lawrence, date of birth. Oh, he's older than me. 3/18/1982. Usually I feel like they're right underneath, like they're right younger than me. And I'm like, really? So he's 43, 5'7", brown hair, blue eyes, 280, white, male. And then he was booked in 3/3/26. And he's on a hold for federal. So and he actually has charges now. So let me find that. We'll go over to that. Okay. So just like I think that was last night that we were on the federal site. Yeah, it was. Just like last night. It's kind of the same, setup. So Kyle D. Lawrence is the defendant. It's over here to the side. And it's the United States of America versus Kyle Lawrence. So his pending counts are transportation with intent to engage in criminal sexual activity, transportation of child porn, forfeiture allegation 1, and forfeiture allegation 2. What's forfeiture allegation mean? Oh no, I didn't look it up beforehand. A formal notice in a criminal indictment declaring the government's intent to seize property, assets, or proceeds connected to a defendant's alleged criminal activity. It's not a separate charge, but a penalty notice specifying property derived from or used in crimes like money laundering, drug offenses, or RICO violations. Huh. That doesn't sound good. And welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in, Lisa. It's good to see you guys. Okay, so okay. And then this is all of the docket stuff that I went through this. I pulled some of this stuff. So, and we'll read through what happened on the 13th. He is something else. So we'll go through the indictment first because it's how it came out. We'll just go, let me see. This one came out first. Oh wait, this is okay, we'll read this one first because this one came out first. It just kind of is like, I don't know, it's kind of backwards, but it's okay. Okay. So this one, it says it was filed on 2/27. That's why I'm kind of confused, but Okay, yeah, no, that makes sense because he was arrested late February. Okay. Um, okay, so it says here 118 through 21 in the county of Hamilton in the Southern District of Ohio. I think Hamilton might be Cincinnati. Transportation with intent to engage in criminal sexual activity, travel with intent to engage in illicit sexual conduct, and transportation of child pornography are the charges for this criminal complaint. He has a couple of them. So yeah, Cincinnati, Ohio. So this is going to be the affidavit, and then this is just going to be their background, and we don't really need to read through the background. The background is basically just the person that's filling out the affidavit. So we'll just read through the probable cause. So it's just basically their training, like I've been an affiant, or the affiant's been, with the police officer. He's been a police officer for 12 years, or how they do. They just kind of talk about themselves in the beginning. So it says here, and then February 16th is the day that she went missing, and February 19th is the day that Madison was reported missing. So the February 16th is the day that she left her parents' house. They were staying at one of those hotels, and that's whenever she left. So the 19th is when her parents reported her missing, and they started looking for her. So on February 16th, 2026, Colerain Township Police Department responded to the listed address for a missing juvenile report. CTPD made contact with, it's redacted, who reported that the minor victim had been missing since February 13th. Oh, sorry, maybe it was the 13th. Maybe it was 13th, 16th, sorry. 2026 at approximately, it was at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm sorry, I was wrong on my dates. It was the 13th, and then they called it in on the 16th. So it says she had been missing since February 13th at approximately 4 p.m. when minor victim asked if she could spend the night at a friend's house. Of note, the family lived at, and it's redacted, it's the extended stay, located in Colerain Township, Ohio. The parents agreed to the sleepover, and the minor victim never returned home. Attempts to call her went straight to voicemail. And if she would have came up to me and been like, can I go and stay the night with a friend? The stuff that she packed, I would have been like, yeah, I mean, it's not like she overly packed for, her friend's house. It looked like she just had her book bag and a bag with her. So she didn't even take enough stuff to be gone. That's the wherewithal that she had, The reporting CTPD officer reviewed surveillance video or video surveillance from the vicinity of minor victim's home and observed minor victim leave the residence around 4 p.m. Police were able to observe minor victim's movement in the vicinity of her home and noted her clothing, including that she was wearing or carrying a black backpack and a white grocery bag. And that's when they got that. We saw on the surveillance. They got their surveillance camera off of the liquor store down the road. On February 24th, 2026, redacted told CTPD that minor victim, redacted, it says stated that on or around January 30th, 2026, minor victim met a person online that she called Dad Bod and spent the night with this person. Further statements made by redacted indicated the minor victim was communicating with an unknown adult male, I think this is her sister, believed to be approximately 40 years old. Redacted described the unknown male or man as having blue eyes and a dad bod. This person stated that the minor victim was in contact with the man for about a month before her disappearance and had previously met him in person at a hotel approximately 1 week before she went missing. So this person said that the minor victim stayed with the man for a weekend, returned to their home happy, telling her sister that the man bought minor victim vapes. Let that sink in. She's excited because she's getting vapes because she is not even 18 years old to be able to go to the damn store and get herself a vape. That is how young she is. She is excited about getting an electronic cigarette. I mean, like, this girl, she seems sweet. Like, I mean, really. Like, just stay home with your parents. The redacted, maybe it was a friend of hers, told law enforcement she thought minor victim was with the man now. Yeah, it's probably a friend. Law enforcement continue review of the surveillance cameras on January 31st, 2026, located minor victim entering a black Jeep Grand Cherokee bearing New York license plate MAC 9193 at about 5:04 p.m. License plate readers detected the same vehicle arriving at True by Hilton. Okay, gives the address in Cincinnati at approximately 5:50. True by Hilton's cameras observed a white male and minor victim enter their hotel together. Probably thought, like I said, daughter and father. Law enforcement obtained a receipt for the room as part of their investigation and learned it was rented by Kyle Lawrence at address 129 Rio Avenue, Lower Cheektowaga, New York, 14211, who used telephone number, and it starts with 607. Pursuant to their investigation, Enterprise Car Rental was contacted and stated the Jeep Grand Cherokee was rented by Kyle Lawrence at address, and it gives the same address and the same telephone number. The date for this rental was January 29th, 2026 from New York and returned to New York on February 7th, 2026. In May 2024, Lawrence was the subject of a report to the FBI. The incident stated that Lawrence was confronted by a citizen vigilante group while in Canada. The group confronted Lawrence for traveling to Canada to have sexual contact with the purported 15-year-old girl. The group later posted their confrontation with Lawrence online. In June 2024, pursuant to the report, a Buffalo field office special agent attempted to interview Lawrence at his residence. Lawrence was not present and later contacted the agent and advised he would not speak to the FBI without an attorney. He was at his home. He probably was hiding. In July 2024, the same agent attempted to contact Lawrence again, who never returned calls. It says who never returned calls. So it was more than one. Okay. Pursuant to this investigation, the FBI located 2 National Center for Missing and Exploited Children cyber tip line reports. And it gives the first report, and it was dated 8/7/2023. And then the second report was dated 7/3/2025. The first cyber tip, 169840971, stated that in August 2023, a concerned citizen contacted NCMEC and reported that Snapchat user KYL227 was participating in child exploitation activity. Specifically, the report stated that username claimed to have girls do sexual things for him. If you're not aware of Snapchat's an app that if you send pictures back and forth, the pictures delete. So after a certain amount of even like seconds. And if they take a screenshot of that picture, it sends you a message that they did that, which, I mean, not like what you're going to do after they do it, but you know, it does tell you, but okay. So he's been doing this for a while. On February 25th, 2026, pursuant to this investigation, NCMEC provided this cyber tip, which showed the username KYL227 used IP address, and he gives the address from an identified location given in latitude and longitude. The report stated that the latitude and longitude were accurate to 9 meters. When the location was plotted, it was over the 129 Rio Avenue, his address. The second cyber tip and it was report number 215299451, was dated 7/3/25. The report was authored after Dropbox located possible something, screen name Kyle Lawrence. Email address, gives his email address, IP address, uploaded 3 files of apparent child porn to Dropbox. FBI Buffalo conducted a review of Lawrence's LinkedIn page and noted the page lists Liberty University under its education section. Dropbox personnel viewed these files before submitting them to NCMEC. After reviewing the cyber tip, FBI Buffalo contacted New York State Police senior investigator Eric Dagler, who advised the NYSP had these 3 files of apparent child P in their holdings. He offered to bring the files to the FBI's Buffalo field office for review. This guy's a sick individual. Like, my goodness. On February 25th, 2026, FBI of Buffalo reviewed the 3 files obtained from senior investigator Dagler and developed the chart below based on the review. FBI Buffalo agents reviewed file, and it has the image, this is JPEG, and notated that it depicted apparent child, porn. Per FBI review of the file, FBI Buffalo advised the same image is of a girl that resembles minor victim. Well, I know that someone's dad's head's going to be going off their damn shoulders at that point. So there's a video, and it's from 4/23/25. And it is a video file, 37 seconds in duration, that depicts a close view of self. Okay, I'm going to have to say like code words, but maybe not. I'm not going to say code words, but I'm going to say trigger warning. Penetration of the anus rectum using a hairbrush. Since the video does not show the individual's face body, it is difficult to assert an age. Then there's an image. And it's a close-up of a woman's area down, between her legs. We'll just say that whole region. Doesn't show the face, so it's difficult to assert an age. Or, I don't know why it would be an age. I think you could probably assert an age almost. That was on 7/3/25. On 7/3/25, there's another image, and it's of a image of a mid-pubescent girl, approximately 15 years old, and it's redacted like the rest of it. The picture was produced and it's redacted. So if this last one is of her, I'm going to assume that this one is of her from 7/3. I don't know about April, but I'm going to say 7/3. The New York State Department of Motor Vehicles lists Lawrence as the resident of the Rio, the Lower Buffalo, New York address, and attempt to locate Wi-Fi accounts in the vicinity of the target residence did not yield any open Wi-Fi networks, meaning everything detected was password protected. On February 25th, 2026, FBI Task Force Officer Brian Bloom drove to the Rio Avenue address, where he observed a black Toyota Prius bearing New York license plate, gives the license plate number, parked inside the garage with the door open. A query of the Castle license plate displayed that the vehicle is registered to Lawrence in the same address. On February 26, FBI Buffalo executed a federal search warrant at Lawrence's residence. As a result of the search warrant, FBI Buffalo seized several electronic devices to include a cell phone and a laptop. I wonder what those Google searches were like. FBI Buffalo interviewed Lawrence, who was present during the execution of the federal residential warrant. Lawrence advised that he possessed child sexual abuse material on the cell phone and laptop. Additionally, Lawrence advised that he traveled on 2 different occasions, approximately January 19th, 2026 and January 31st, 2026, respectively, to Cincinnati, Ohio from New York to pick up minor victim at/near her residence and take her to a hotel. I think we did we mapped it out before, but let's just, where does he live? Buffalo. Okay. Oh, look, it's right here, 129 Reno. Yeah, because we did do this before. Directions. Coleraine Township. We'll just do that. How long do you guys think? It's so sick. It's so sad. It's so sick. If he went where there's tolls, right? Which that would be kind of stupid, but he did. I'm sure he did. That's 7 hours, 34 minutes. If you go without tolls, 8 hours and 1 minute. 8 hours. 8 hours. Like, I mean, don't you have something to clean or like fix or like go do or something? You're 43 years old. I mean, there ain't no excuse for that. On January 19th, 2026 trip, Lawrence advised he picked up minor victim and traveled to the Days Inn. Classy. Near the Cincinnati International Airport, located in northern Kentucky. I told you, didn't I? I said that. You dirty bastard, you did. I told you all. I said Cincinnati. I said it right there is the border to Kentucky. I wonder if he went over the border. Oh, they did. Because it's so easy to do. I mean, if you're on the highway, you might go over the border and not even realize it. You might be like, oh shit, I'm on a bridge. And then you can't get off of it, you know. This is Ohio. Says, nice seeing you. On the January 31st, 2026 trip, Lawrence advised he did pick up the minor victim and traveled to a Hilton Hotel in greater Cincinnati, Ohio area. Lawrence advised that he communicated with minor victim via a Snapchat application on his cell phone and would use location services on the application to locate her when he picked her up. I submit this affidavit, support probable cause for the charges of the criminal complaint. Yeah, there's two on here. I wonder if there's two. Okay, I thought there was two. Maybe there wasn't. Okay. We'll just keep reading. Sorry. We have the indictment. I don't know why that was filed. I guess afterwards, but it was filed on 3/12. I'll try to make it bigger for you guys too. So if you want to read it, you can read it with me. So he was indicted. Like I said, I told you the charges, but it'll say it again here too. So count 1, transportation with intent to engage in criminal sexual activity. On or around January 19th, 2026, in the Southern District of Ohio and elsewhere, the defendant, Kyle D. Lawrence, did knowingly transport an individual who had not attained the age of 18 years, to wit, MF, what's MF? Something female. I don't know. Who at the time was 16 years old, in interstate commerce by transporting MF from Ohio. From Ohio to Kentucky with intent that the individual engage in sexual activity for which any person can be charged with a criminal offense, namely rape in the 3rd degree, which was a criminal offense under Kentucky revised statute. They're getting you with the Kentucky revised codes now. That ain't good. Because you went over that border. Count 2, transportation of child porn. On or about January 19th, 2026, in the Southern District of Ohio and elsewhere, the defendant Kyle D. Lawrence did knowingly transport in and affecting interstate commerce by any means, including computer, child pornography as defined in Title 18 United States Code Section 2256, Section 8, to wit, Kyle D. Lawrence transported from New York to Cincinnati and from Cincinnati, Ohio to Kentucky an Apple iPhone 15 Pro cell phone containing child porn. They should have got him with every state from New York all the way down. And then the forfeiture allegation one. I think they're like, wasn't there two? It looks like they're different though. So upon conviction of the offense set forth in count one, so that was the transportation with intent. It says the defendant Kyle D. Lawrence shall forfeit to the United States pursuant to, because this section, any property, real or personal, that was used or intended to be used to commit or facilitate the commission of such violation, and to any property, real or personal, constituting or derived from any proceeds obtained directly or indirectly as a result of such violation, including but not limited to, oh, I think I know what this is. Is he meaning like if he sold it? The pictures and the videos? Would that be a forfeiture? Like, that would fall under that, right? An Apple iPhone 15 Pro, like whatever would be on the phone. I know, Laura. This is crazy. I think that's what the forfeiture allegations are. Okay, so then we have the second one. Upon conviction of the offense set forth in count two, and the count two, I'm just going to read it again, transportation of child porn, okay, shall forfeit to the United States any visual depiction described in sections, and it gives the sections, or any book, magazine, periodical film, videotape, or other matter which contains any such visual depiction which was produced, transported, mailed, shipped, or received in violation of Title 18. And two, any property, real or personal, constituting or traceable to gross profits or other proceeds obtained from such offense. And three, any property, real or personal, used to or intended to be used to commit or to promote the commission of such offense or any property traceable to such property, including but not limited to the property listed in forfeiture allegation 1. I'm assuming it's, yeah. No, the thing is, it's not really open and shut. We haven't really heard what's going on, other than we're getting some paperwork now, which is better than what we did have. You know. What did I do? Did I not? Oh, I forgot to put these things on. Hold on 1 second. Sorry. I'll just do this one and then. And then here, I'll show you this before we get to the next one. This is him. Remember? I think they talked to him.
You know, I could have got loud in that mall, but I didn't. I really wanted to, man. I really wanted to just scream. Oh, 120%. We would have said some things. And then we would have called everyone on that list. Mm-hmm.
I didn't even care. I would have just switched models.
He didn't care?
I would have just switched models. Like, I'll meet him on. Really shitty to drive up there every time. It's closest for me.
I'm right around the corner.
This is wild. That's not.
He had the nerve to say, "This is wild, man." Yeah, that's the guy. It was snowing here earlier, and I didn't appreciate that shit. I thought we were over at. Oh wait, is that him? No, I don't think that's him. So they get him like right when he's getting in. Oh wait, they told him he has to back out. There he is. You got the Orange Theory here. You got the Dollarama. You got the Kmart's up there in Canada. They still have Kmart. I got no Kmart here no more. Okay. I'm done bitching about that. Okay, so this is the last one, I think. I think that's. It was jamming. Sounds like someone is playing the music loud downstairs. I'm gonna see if there's any more documents before I read this one. But I think that these ones were the the ones that we wanted. Maybe this one. Billable pages 8. What? Well, this is one I just did. Or this is the last one I think that we're gonna go over. Yeah, okay. It is. So I was just double checking. So this is the last this is the most recent document that's come out. But I wanted to show you. He did. So this is his docket. So he went to court. Initial appearance and arraignment on indictment. It was at 3:13 at 1:30. So 3:13, 26-minute entry for proceedings. Basically, he went in. He was indicted on counts 1, 2, 3, and 4. And he was appointed a counsel for him because he can't afford a counsel. He can't afford counsel. So they appointed one for him. He did enter a not guilty plea. I don't know if he entered that on his own behalf or if he has lawyer under that for him, but he did enter not guilty pleas. Dude, you kind of told us you did it. You know, can we put all these guys just in the same jail, like in the same prison? Just let them got each other. Some Peru in there. Bet Peru would get some stuff done. Speaking of Peru, I wonder how old Koberger's doing in prison. Hopefully he's living in hell. So United States of America versus Kyle D. Lawrence. And this is the criminal preliminary pretrial order. So to eliminate unnecessary motions for discovery, to expedite the trial, and to eliminate delays in the presentation of evidence and examination of witnesses in this case, this matter shall proceed as follows. 1. Conference. Unless discovery has already commenced within 10 days from the date of this order, the United States Attorney or one of his assistants, hereafter government or government attorney, and the defendant's attorney shall meet and confer, and upon request of defense counsel, the government shall A. Permit defendant's attorney to inspect and copy or photograph any relevant written or recorded statements or confessions made by the defendant, whether inculpatory or exculpatory, or copies thereof, including oral admissions or statements if they have been reduced to any form of writing or are known to the government attorney, which are within the possession, custody, or control of the government, or the existence of which is known or may become known to the government attorney. So, but thank you, Julian. Yes, petition for the chair for this guy, of course. Yeah, I'll sign the petition too. Change.org. Actually, what was that? Was it? Did I put something on change.org? Some of Betty. I think it was to get Betty's bullhorn taken away from her or something. That was a real change I was making. I was making real change out there. Thanks, Julian. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, something's got to give because we don't even know the other guy's name yet. There's another guy. So this guy she met from New York, but there's a guy from Tennessee included in this. And then she was found in Florida. So it's, it's something's going on. And it says here that permits defendant's attorney to inspect and copy or photograph any recorded testimony given by the defendant before a grand jury. Oh, okay. Permit defendant's attorney to inspect and copy or photograph books, papers, documents, photographs, tangible objects, buildings or places, or copies or portions thereof, which are within the possession, custody, or control of the government, or the existence of which is known or may become known to the government attorney, and which are material to the defendant's case. Make known to defendant's attorney the defendant's prior criminal records in the possession of the attorney for the government. Make known to the defendant's attorney whether there have been any photographic identifications of defendant by any of the witnesses. Permit defendant's attorney to inspect, copy, or photograph any evidence favorable to the defendant within the meaning of Brady v. Maryland. A list of the documents and items of evidence so inspected shall be made, and this list shall be signed by the attorneys, and copies of the items so disclosed shall be initialed or otherwise marked. 2, disclosure decline. If the government attorney determines it would be detrimental to the interest of justice to make any disclosure set forth in Section 1 of this order that it is requested by defense counsel, the government may decline disclosure. The government must promptly inform defense counsel of any such declination in writing. A defendant may challenge a declination. What's a declination? Never. I've heard declaration. Now, I can't be the only one. Refusal. Okay. I didn't know. I know. I kind of miss messing with Betty a little bit. Might have to do that. Was she found guilty? Oh. See you, Corey. See ya. Have a good life in jail. You look like shit in court today. She looked like she was going to be getting a guilty verdict. Like her face, she looked compared to I haven't been watching the trial. I'm sorry we got off topic, but yeah, like from the beginning of when she first went to jail until now, yeah, she looks a lot different to me. Or was first arrested, I mean. So then a defendant may challenge a declination to provide certain disclosures by moving the court for relief in the following manner. A, the defendant shall file a motion for discovery or inspection no later than 5 business days from the date of the government's written notification of declination. B, the motion shall set forth 1, the statement that was prescribed conference was held, 2, the date of the conference, 3, the name of the government attorney with whom the conference was held, 4, the matters that were agreed upon, and 5, the matters that are in dispute and require determination by the court. 3, the time required to comply with the procedures set forth in this order and the court standing order regarding procedures in criminal cases is necessary for the court and the parties to prepare for the case for trial. Any delay resulting from such compliance is therefore necessary to effect a fair trial to the parties. As the need to conduct a fair trial outweighs the right of the public and the parties to a speedy trial, the time to complete these procedures is excludable time under 18 USC, and it gives that code. continuing duty. Any duty of disclosure and discovery set forth herein is a continuing duty. Okay. Discovery by the government. This order is not intended to preclude discovery by the government. Motion deadline. All motions of any kind by the defendant or by the government must be filed on or before, April 15th, just like when you're doing your taxes. Got to be done before tax day. So all motions of any kind, because they're ready, they're speeding this up. They're like, you want to go to court? You want to go to trial in a couple months? That's cool. We want that too. So all motions of any kind by the defendant or by the government must be filed on or before April 15th, 2026. All briefs opposing said motions must be filed no later than 1 week after motions are filed. So April 22nd? Yeah. Reply briefs are not permitted without leave of court. You can't reply back. The moving party must state in the motion whether an evidentiary hearing is required and shall provide the reasons supporting this request. If the court agrees, it will set a hearing forthwith. Before filing any motion relating to bail or detention or of any motion for a continuance of any conference hearing deadline or any date or other date scheduled by the court, the movement counsel must consult with the attorney for the opposing side and inquire if the party consents to or intends to oppose the motion. Like, if you guys can talk this out, please do. The movement must state in its motion that such consultation was or occurred or was attempted in good faith and must state whether the motion is unopposed. Any motion to continue the trial date must be in writing and filed at least 1 week before the scheduled trial date. The motion must address the factors set forth, and then it gives the code that supports continuance of the trial date. And number 7, final pretrial conference. The final pretrial conference is scheduled for April 27th, 2026 at 3 p.m. in courtroom 4. I should write that down. I'm going to type it up. And then I'll put it on my board over here. Because it's in, I wasn't sure where the courtroom was at first, but it's in Cincinnati. At 3. So I don't have to ask Ashley to look this up on my way in court. We'll see if they let me in. The defendant, isn't required to attend. Well, I am. I'm just kidding. If the defendant wishes to change his plea, however, the final pretrial conference will be converted to a change of plea hearing. So, okay. Pre-markings is number 8, and listing of exhibits. A, each party intending to offer exhibits shall mark the exhibits prior to commencement of the trial. Exhibit labels may be obtained from the courtroom deputy or clerk of courts in advance of trial. The government must label its exhibits with Arabic numbers preceded by Gov, and the defendant shall identify the defendant's exhibits with Arabic letter numbers preceded by D or D2. Counsel must provide the original and 2 copies of exhibits to chambers and 1 copy to opposing counsel 3 business days before the commencement of trial. The 2 copies of exhibits to the court should be 3-hole punched and placed in notebooks along with a copy of the exhibit list on the attached form. This is a judge that knows what they like. Welcome in, everybody. Hey, Melissa. Hey, Tanny. Welcome in, everyone. So, yeah. That sounds like something I would do. I'm not even going to lie. I would be like, I'll send you the 3-hole punch and everything. Exhibits which are introduced for the first time during trial, as in the case of exhibits used for impeachment, should be intended or tendered to the courtroom deputy for marking and then displayed to opposing counsel. Copies must be provided to opposing counsel, the court, and the court's law clerk. So then number 9 is scientific analysis. When the government or the defendant discloses scientific analysis contained within a proposed exhibit to opposing counsel, and that analysis was completed by an expert in the relevant scientific field, the results of the analysis and the expert's opinion will be deemed admitted unless opposing counsel files a notice of objections no later than 10 business days before trial. Let's see how smooth this all goes, since it's like a federal case, Refreshing memory, number 10. Whenever counsel provides a witness with a document to refresh the witness memory for the purpose of testifying at trial, opposing counsel is permitted to inspect and copy the document, provided that such copy shall not be further duplicated. The document shall remain in the possession of counsel and shall be used only for the purpose of representing the parties in the case. Number 11, jury instructions. The court will use the pattern jury instructions published by the United States Court of Appeals for the Sixth Circuit, available at, maybe it'll let me open this. And it does, but it says it can't be found, of course. Unless the pattern jury instructions do not supply a relevant instruction on the subject matter or a party objects to a specific pattern jury instruction. In the case of an objection, the court will consider the argument and authorities submitted by the objecting party and provide the other parties an opportunity to join or respond to the objection. A party's arguments and authority for or against a pattern jury instruction may be submitted in writing or presented orally on the record in open court. Counsel must file their proposed jury instructions and email a courtesy copy in Microsoft Word. Don't be using Adobe. To McFarland, and it gives, his email, at least 5 business days before trial. Counsel may refer to the Sixth Circuit pattern jury instructions by number. Inclusion of the complete pattern jury instruction is not required. Proposed jury instructions should address the substantive law applicable to the case. Counsel need not submit jury instructions regarding procedural matters which the court will provide. Proposed instructions must indicate their supporting authority if they are not taken from the Sixth Circuit's pattern jury instructions and must be numbered for reference purposes. Hey, I ain't messing around. This is a judge that knows what he likes. I bet you this judge is not even there. I bet you they get another judge or something. He's like, really? Requests for additional jury instructions during trial or at the conclusion of the evidence will be granted only as to those matters that could not be reasonably anticipated before trial. Copies of any such instructions must be served on opposing counsel before providing them to the court. Number 12, trial date in Cincinnati. This case is scheduled for trial beginning May 11th. Oh, maybe that's when I need to go. Yeah, May 11th. Yeah, because we want to go there. I'm not going to, we'll go for the opening. May 11th. Well, I've just got one every month now. At 9 a.m. Oh, of course it's at 9 a.m. I'm just kidding. So, in courtroom 4. Okay. So, that's pretty quick. Defendant attendance. The United States Marshal is hereby directed to have any defendant in its custody present at the final pretrial conference scheduled in Section 7 of this order if the defendant wishes to change their plea, and at the trial scheduled in Section 12 of this order. Maybe I should go to both. Defense counsel are hereby directed to take appropriate steps to ensure the presence of the defendant at these proceedings and any other proceedings at which their presence is required by law. Number 14. Within 7 days of this order, the government attorney must prepare and file a timeline showing the non-excludable and excludable time under this section. The timeline must include the date that trial must begin under this 18 USC, at least every 30 days until the termination of this case on the court's docket. The government attorney must file an updated timeline with the court. Request to continue the trial date must be made by motion. When moving to continue the trial date, a party must explain the necessity of the continuance and demonstrate that the time added by the continuance to the length of the proceedings is not only necessary but excludable under 18 USC. The parties must comply with the standing order regarding procedures in criminal cases. And then it says it's available here, but it's not letting me go there. It just says the page is not found. Takes me to the Southern District. Oh, let me see. Let's go to the home. Local rules. I wonder what that is. Let's see. Oh, I thought maybe they were going to give us a list of the rules. I like reading the court rules. Like, I remember when I it's so sad. So sad people have to be told this, but they do. But they would I remember specifically it saying this, like, don't wear any shirts that like represent like beer brands or like tobacco brands. And I remember them in like parentheses putting like Bud Light, Marlboro. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, yeah, let's not do that. But maybe I will. Oh, Nightball. Oh, sorry, Colleen. I know that was, yeah. Oh, thank you, Melissa. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you. Thank you a lot. That means a lot. Thank you. I try. And we're gonna be busy next couple of months. What the heck? What the heavens? I am going to put out a video of Aaliyah Henderson getting arrested. If you guys haven't seen that, I'll put it out tomorrow. I have the full video, and she has nerve. This woman has some nerve. She's the one that, allegedly, supposedly, maybe, probably, most likely killed her two beautiful daughters and put their bodies in suitcases. Yeah, they released the body cam, and they were messing around when they went in there. And then she came out and she had a blanket over her head, like she was like a baby or something. You know what I mean? Like she didn't want to be seen. I'd have been like, the blanket does not go with you. And I would have taken her out of that house without that blanket. Because that's the chatters left us. I'm going to have to start doing that. Drop me a 1 in chat, drop me a 3 in chat, drop me a 15 in chat. I can do that. They're stoned. Y'all got stoned. They all took their gummies. They're all probably baking something. Laura said, now that I'm saying something. Wait, and it's hard for me to read, like to be in the chat too sometimes whenever I'm like reading documents. So I apologize for that too. I should put you guys like up here on this side. I always forget to do that. I have you guys down here, but that's little, Oh, sketch art. That sounds like fun. That sounds like fun. Where's my thing at? My banner's gone. When I came on today, everything was gone off of my like page. Like this, like I don't have it over there because then you can't see the titanium built. So put it over here. There we go. Like my little logo, I just put that back up. But like my name, it was blue again. Like when you first get StreamYard or like you first start streaming, it's blue, like this weird, like royal blue. And I'm like, and it was in a different font and stuff too that I don't use. And I'm like, that's not what I use. I was like, what's going on here? And my background, like, I'll show you, like this, like little, I just hit the computer. The background behind me, like the little dot things, it was black. I'm like, where's my little dots? Where's all my stuff? I don't like that. And I'm not stoned. That's so funny. Hey, BKC. BKC's like, I'm still here, dude. Sketcher sounds like fun. Where did somebody go? Somebody was going somewhere, and told them I wanted some of that. Oh, yeah, never mind. But yeah, I want some of that sand. That's like all the different colors that you get, like the beach. I want some of that this year. I don't know if they still make it. Right. I know, Lorna. Yeah. She had a 6, an 8, and a 10-year-old. Or something like that. They were like, yeah, it was something like that. Like the ages. And it's so weird because I don't know. That case is just weird to me. I don't know how there's one kid that's still alive that's fine, but then there's 2 that's not, and they're older. So were they talking back? Maybe that. But normally your older kids, you have your older kids help you like with your younger kids, so they're kind of like an asset to you in a way. You know what I mean? Like you're helping me with little, sissy over here. So, but yeah, crazy. It's funny watching you talk. I have my Nightbot come in on different times too. Like my timers are really spread out, but then all of a sudden he comes in all at the same time, and I'm like, oh God, here he comes. And I was thinking about turning him off, but then I feel bad for Ladybug, which he is coming in twice. Maybe it's because I'm on 2 different things, so that's why I see it twice. Because I see everything like twice. Maybe it's like one on Facebook, one over here. I don't know. I forgot we were streaming to Facebook too. Hello over on Facebook if you're over there. Hello. So how is everybody doing tonight? How's everybody? How's everyone's evening? How are we doing? How we living? How we living? Did everybody have a good weekend? Because tomorrow is work day. I just looked at my clock like, if you guys got to work tomorrow, I'm going to tell her. I'm just kidding, Colleen. I won't tell her. Your secret's safe with me. They were having a party. Someone used to always yell about Nightbot in here. It wasn't Tom. Tom yells about Nightbot. It was someone else. I'm going to check to see if it's not in here. I don't think so. I don't think it's snowing here. I was like, I have like half the window open. Not like the window's not open, but you can kind of see out the blinds a little. I'm going to check I guess it's the beauty of having the weather app, huh? It says at 10 o'clock, we're going to have 25% chance. But then that's it. I don't see any more stinking snow on this phone. I cannot believe that. Hey, Lee, like the nerve. We're this close to spring and then it snows? Like Mother Nature. I don't know. I know you're dealing with a lot right now. I mean, you're dealing with a lot, right? But like, come on. I mean, I can only imagine the air pollution that is out there on a regular day. And then with all these wars and everything going on, sure, it's not any better. So we'll try to do our part. You try to do yours. I'm ready to get in the pool. I've been thinking about the pool since the pool closed. Like since we closed the pool, I've been thinking about getting back in the pool. I'm like, where do I need to go? Where do I need to go? There is a pool at my physical therapist. Well, it's not at my physical therapist. It's like there's a gym hooked onto it. Yeah, it's gonna be cold here tonight. It's gonna be. Oh my gosh! It says it feels like 6 degrees outside right now. What are we kidding? Back up there. Yeah. It's 26 and it feels like 6. I'm cool. Good thing I didn't plant nothing. Not like I do. I thought about planting poppy flowers. I didn't even know you could plant This might be stupid. I didn't know that. I didn't know you could plant poppy flowers in Ohio. I thought that like, I don't know why. I just thought that was like a California thing, and that's why poppies are flower. Just thought they owned the poppy flower. My store's named Poppy and Ari, so I'm going to try to. I'm going to try to grow one or a bouquet of some or whatever. I don't know, like however many seeds I can get to grow. I'll have Vincent help me. Everything he does good. It seems like. Yeah, stay warm and safe. Yeah, especially because we're not used to this. I think that my birds left. My birds left like a week ago, and I haven't seen them. And it was like right when it got windy and stuff, like really bad windstorms we were having, and it's been like that like ever since. But when they're tucked up there, there's no wind up there. So I don't know why they would leave. But I think they left last year and then they came back. So I'm not touching that nest. I'm not, nuh-uh. I'm going to just wait. If it's still up there and there's no bird in it by like May, then maybe. Because I'm not taking away their nest. They're my friends. They're my friends. I like the cardinals the best. We see them out back. They're back. Our two little cardinals. Our one skinny cardinal and our little chunky cardinal. Oh, you do? In North Dakota? I might do that. They come up again. Oh. Maybe I'll take some of my brothers who won't even know. I'll sprinkle them around. And then I'll sprinkle some. I'll get like a planter for me here. Because I do want some. I think that'd be so cool to have them. Cardinals are they're beautiful birds. I love the red. So like it's stunning. I don't know. And I'm not a huge like red like fan or whatever. You know, the color red isn't like it's not one of my favorite colors, but I do love the red. Oh, well, that would be fun that they come back. Yeah, they came, they left, they come. I don't know what they're doing. I'm just gonna leave it there. Maybe it's just not their time to be getting down with the get down, making the birds. But I have seen the big ducks are back. Them big old ducks, them geese, them ugly ones though, not like the pretty all white ones, like, you know, that are like beautiful. No. We used to have the white ones where I grew up. Those ones weren't bad. Looking at those. I mean, one of them bit my mom on the ass one time. So, I mean, there was that. But these new ones is like these ones that I see nowadays that I never saw before. They're all like gray and, you know, different color. They scare me. I don't like them. I like the mallards are cute and the white ducks are cute. But them big old ducks, them things scare me. And then we have this one duck that's like super skinny. It's weird looking. I told my brother like what it looked like. He knew immediately what it was. I was like, how do you know? It's just weird bird. But yeah, we have a lot of birds around here. Is Corey Mormon? I don't know if she is. I think so, maybe. I could be just saying that though, Tenny. I don't know. I thought she was. I love hummingbirds. Now those are my birds that I get the food ready for. I do be feeding the hummingbirds. I already checked. They come like what was it, like March, April or something, April, May, I think. I asked Google the other day because I was like, I can't, you know, not be having my bird food out there, which I don't even know where my thing is. I think it's above the refrigerator. I have some decorations for Easter hidden up there. I've been stashing stuff away here and there. I don't know what I've got. Just like some cute stuff to put in here, like these little bunnies and stuff to put in here. Yeah, hit the like button. I'm about to jump off of here in a moment. I thought about coming on my second channel in the mornings and just not even going on camera, just like coming in on my second channel and just like just like hanging out with you guys for a little bit. Yeah, the males are always the beautiful red. So the ones that we have, one's a little bigger, one's a small one. My father was extremely skinny, like my size. Actually, I might be bigger than my father. No, we're like the same size. He was a little bit bigger than me. And then Vincent's dad had a little bit of a belly. So we say his dad's a little bit of the bigger one. So today I was like, hey, Jim. That was his dad's name. I'll say it like if I see like the bigger one, I'll say that. If he sees the smaller one, he'll yell for me. Vincent will yell for me. He'll be like, I think I see your dad out there. And it's just cute. It's our, because they say that cardinals are, people that are from above just coming down to tell you that they're okay. So, but if my mom had to come back as a bird, she would come back as a beautiful hummingbird. She would. I do love hummingbirds. I like this. So, hey, Casey, why didn't you should get one of those things that stick on your window, Lorna, where you can feed the birds, or even better, they make some that are like videotapes, like you can videotape them. They have like cameras in them from like Sam's Club. They're really cool. I want one. Because I would really like to see the progression of my birds, just how they do what they do up there. I just think it'd be the coolest thing ever. Ladybug. If my next husband is Nightbot. She's like, am I in here by myself? I wish I could change Nightbot's name. I'll have to remember that. Okay, so there used to be this guy that would come into our chat. His name was Eddie. Where the heck's Eddie been? Where's Eddie been? Where has that guy been? I swear he was funny. He was funny. If you're ever listening to this, Eddie, come back, because you were hilarious. But he would come in and he would be like, hey, everybody. Hey, Nightbot, or, something like, he would always say hi to Nightbot every night. Like, hey, everybody. Hey, Nightbot. So I had just got Nightbot. And so I put in as a command, because I was faster than I could remember to do this like fast. And I put in a command for when he came in, like 2 minutes after he came in, I put the command in for it to say, hi, Eddie. So when he was like, hey, Nightbot, it was like, hey, Eddie. And he freaked out. He was like, oh my God, it said my name. He's like, it said my name. It was really funny. He was a funny guy. Yeah. Like, oh my gosh, I just remember him saying that and me doing that, Nightbot. Because he was like, Nightbot said hi to me. And I was like, yeah, Nightbot did. We did. We missed you guys. And I did another 2 hours in advance too. I did it like 2 hours in advance. That way you guys would have time to have the notification. Damn it. Well, let's see what's going on over here. I'm going to pin that. Let's see if anybody is online. Six Ups online. Was she talking about Ziggy? I don't know Ziggy. I think she's from Summerwell's community. Was anybody surprised at the verdict? I mean, I figured that she would probably, be found guilty, but I'm glad that her husband or ex, they probably want to say ex-husband, his family, their children. I'm glad that they all got justice, because no one deserves to go out like that. Like people that are active drug users don't deserve to go out like that on fentanyl, let alone somebody that doesn't even do drugs, didn't even know what they were consuming. And I wonder how long. Like, I mean, that I feel like that wouldn't take very long to kick in like that. She's a terrible person. I mean, and oh, man, it's just like, man, can we get like, can we, let's look up here. Is he, when is he going to freaking, like, when is he going on trial? Because I'm really getting sick of hearing about him too. An October murder trial, really? Not until October what? Just says October murder trial. That'll be 6 years, won't it? 6 years, yeah. Mother's Day weekend of 2020. That's coming up. It'll be 6 years. I know, and divorce is not that, I mean, it's not that expensive compared to living the rest of your life in a prison. Hey, man, how you doing? Yeah, she did. She got an ego, yeah. Really? Oh, your chat wasn't working? I'm sorry. Oh, I don't know. Wonder why he didn't think there was enough evidence. I mean, I thought that there was. I mean, they had the person that, gave her the drugs. Hello, Lion Man. The one that gave her the fentanyl. But for some reason, I thought it was not a housekeeper or whatever they said it was, but I thought it was someone else, like that had a connection to Corey. I can't remember who I thought it was. But yeah, I can't remember now. A lot of people are doing not like a lot of people. I'm just looking on the live tab. They're doing like long streams for, I guess, St. Patrick's Day. I mean, what are we gonna do if we sit here on a stream? What are they doing? Drinking? Are we going to drink some green beer? We actually just got done discussing Madison Fields' case. Yep, we just got finished. Yeah, and I'm sorry you guys couldn't get in here. I don't know what the heck's going on. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. You're welcome. It was a good live. We went over some federal court documents that came out in for Kyle Lawrence, one of the guys that was that's been accused of transporting child porn, and along with Madison, who is 16, across state lines. So it's federal charges now. So we went into the court documents with that case. It was trigger warning, but I mean, it's a pretty interesting case. And I'll be in the courtroom for the trial. I'm going to try to at least go for like opening statements, or, I want to go for opening statements. I love opening statements. So I'll try to at least go for that, because I'm going to Caleb's also and Michael McKee's. So, yeah, that's busy. All because of, I think the Tepe murders got us here. So I think I think that's a good thing. I think that no one's really been, like, Madison's case, not a lot of people have been following it or like covering it. I mean, and so their, I mean, their death wouldn't have gotten me to her or to the other cases that we've been covering in Ohio. So I feel like the Teppies are like, doing nice, still doing kind things from beyond the grave, because they seem like really kind people. I wonder if anybody's been up there to like, if anyone's like put in an offer on their house, if anyone has went in there and done like, been ridiculous in there. I mean, I can only imagine. Okay, it just says here the house is up for sale, so I don't see anything crazy. Because you know how people are. They did that at the Idaho 4 house, I guess. Like, who does that? Who would go up to someone's house where even if a crime didn't occur there, I still couldn't imagine just doing a TikTok dance in front of someone's home. Maybe it's because I'm 40. I don't know. But thank you guys all for being here tonight. I appreciate you. I'm going to jump off of here and I'm going to get some sleep tonight. I don't have any physical therapy this week. They didn't mean to do that. But that new guy. Okay, so I have a student. I love to help the students. I'm all about helping the students. Okay, for the last 14 years, I have helped the students. I go to Ohio State for a reason. I love the hospital and I love helping the students, learn and grow and everything. And I could be their dummy for it. This guy came from South Dakota. What y'all doing out there? What are you feeding these men out there? First off, let me ask you that. Because if he was half as strong as what he was making me do, then he's strong as crap. Like this guy was like, I want you to do 20 squats with this 18-pound dumbbell and squat with one leg, like, one in front of the other. What? I don't even squat to get my groceries. I bend over with my back like the bad way. What? A squat. So every time I've left, I've only done squats twice. Both times I left, I couldn't walk for a week after. And the pain didn't get better. It got worse. Every day I'm like, how is it getting worse? It was crazy. Hey, Carl. So I'm like, what are they feeding you out there in them South Dakota? So I do want to go to South Dakota. I want to go see it just slipped my mind. You guys know what I'm talking about, where the presidents are. Mount Rushmore. I want to see Mount Rushmore. I know that's weird, probably, but I want to see it. So it's not even finished. Technically, they were supposed to have more people in there, so I'm gonna go up there and chisel away. But no, he was just like having me do all these weird, crazy things. I'm just like, man. Even my PT was like, he's like, Tony, you don't have to do all those. I'm like, thank you. I was like, man, you guys are really hurting me over here. But I appreciate you guys being here tonight. I'll be back on tomorrow. I'm going to come on and do some afternoon lives, I think, or even like morning lives, at least on the second channel. And then eventually do some more of those over here, like some earlier lives. And then I do have some pre-recordeds. I did that one pre-recorded. I think I'm going to redo it because I want it more than just like this. It's kind of like a box. I'll not explain it. I'll have to show it to you guys. And then what else? I don't know. I think that's it. I ended up buying a postcard. And you're over there, PKC. That's like, I mean, compared to Ohio. But I do want to see it. I want to see it. I don't know why. I've always wanted to see that Mount Rushmore. Not a political person. I just think it's cool. I do like learning about like history and stuff though. So, that's fine. But you guys have a good night. Lock your doors, lock your windows, be safe, and what the heck's up with the snow? If you're going to get a freeze tonight, make sure you put stuff over your bushes because you'll regret it tomorrow. You planted them bushes, spent all that money. But thank you guys for being here. I do appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Bye, guys.
Searching for greatness in a sea of the dying and shameless, a sea of the aimless. I don't wanna be one of the nameless. I'ma wake up with the mindset that one day I'm gonna make it, and I don't think I'll be fine if I don't break my limitations. Don't try to stop me, I exist to write my own story. I'll make a decision if I want some peace or if I want the glory. Yeah, don't want a life that is complacent or possibly boring. I just want a life that is worth every day exploring. My whole life I just wanted someone who would notice me. My whole life I just wanted to be somebody to be. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, yeah.